How do I color my comics digitally for free while still maintaining a vintage Silver Age look? Don't get your hopes up too much, as you're gonna see this and think I'm a fraud. I absolutely adore the look of Silver Age comics, and a big part of that is how they're colored. These older books feature a very limited color palette, it's usually 64 colors, and colors are usually applied flatly and economically. And yet, look at the absolute masterpiece that is John Higgins' color job on these 2 pages of Watchmen. That's what I want my comics to look like. Thankfully, Neil McAllister has made this job super easy for us by posting swatches of 48, 64, and even a couple of 125 color palettes based on a blog post by Ed Pisker, so you guys can just throw that straight into Photoshop for free. Thanks, Neil and Ed. As you know, I work in ink on Bristol paper, so the first step of my coloring process is to scan in my inks at least 300 dpi. It is totally normal for inks to have little smudges or blemishes like that, or for the blacks not to be entirely black, but you can clean them up to true black and white with the Levels tool in Photoshop. What you have to do here is a little different every time, but it always vaguely resembles the adjustments I'm making here. Now here's the cool part. I make all the white in my layer transparent by doing this little number right here, and then bam, you can just color on the layer under your inks. All right, here's where I'm going to absolutely obliterate any chances I ever have of looking like a professional. I just take a hard round brush and manually paint in colors. Yep, no tricks, this is how I do it. But look, it works, okay? The good thing about Photoshop is that it stays malleable, so here's me realizing I hate this shirt color and just busting out the paint bucket. And because it's all solid color underneath line art, you cannot tell. On a similar note, you don't always have to color in the lines. Coloring outside the lines actually kind of mimics printing errors on older CMYK printed comics, so, you know, get a little silly or whatever. So yeah, that's how I do it. It's not very fancy, there's not a hack, but it definitely succeeds in getting the aesthetic I want, and all without paying for a single plugin. Peace.